press.
And we're recording.
We are live.
We're live. This is our first
live.
one.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to save these videos because otherwise I'm not going to post them right this second.
Yeah.
So, hi guys. Welcome to Jezebel and the Jester. I'm Christina.
I'm Ernest.
And I am technically Jezebel.
And I'm the Jester.
I'm so glad you guys are here. We are at Me Diet Cafe right now, recording our very first podcast, and we are semi-drunk.
I'm fully.
Are you fully? I'm not fully.
I'm fully there.
It's because I'm an alcoholic, but it's okay. We're going to discuss that in another podcast episode. I'm just joking. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm okay. Anyways, we wanted to start off the show
with an introduction.
We really
sorts.
this is a mini. What are you calling it? A
Microsode.
A microsode. This is just the introduction to our whole podcast as a whole, who we are, why we started, and we're gonna do that right now.
I microdosed on the microsode.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, first of all, we want to give a big shout out to Me Diet, to Markie specifically.
Yo, shout out to Markie. She's over here somewhere.
She's in the back of the cafe right now. But
I saw her just walk by.
Did
she?
Oh.
Much love to Markie.
Much love. We're so happy that
So
she allowed us to
appreciative.
be here, to allow us to podcast here. Like, this aesthetic is fire. This is exactly what we wanted. And we love supporting local
This is the
businesses.
first place we hung out.
Oh my God, it is.
This is the very first place we hung out. This is the first place we talked about the podcast.
I know.
Was here.
Wow. So many
Talk
memories
about
here.
full circle.
It really is a full circle.
That's exciting.
I know. Okay, so we just wanted to, kind of just, give an introduction to who we are, why we did this. I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's proper.
It's proper.
Yeah.
Jezebel starts.
Jezebel comes first.
Okay, so let's talk about who I am. My name is Christina. If you guys don't know me, we live in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is our first time ever podcasting. I don't know how to do this. I've never done any of this stuff with this crazy equipment. The only thing I've ever done is like video editing and whatnot. But yeah, so I wanted to start this podcast because I like to talk a lot. That's really it. The end.
That is it.
Our podcast is over.
Introduction.
That's introduction done.
Done.
I just really like to talk. I have a lot to talk about. I've been through a lot of shit.
What do you want to talk about? That's what I want to know.
So we're going to talk about mental health because that's a huge...
Number one.
That's literally like at the top of
Number
my
one.
list for me.
Yeah,
that's the top
for
of my
sure.
list. Definitely relationships, sex, what it's like from a woman's perspective and from a man's perspective. Also, if you guys don't know, Ernest and I are completely different.
We're a little bit different. Yeah.
We're really different, but
Yeah.
we also are the same in so many ways.
For sure.
And we want to
That's the
show
beauty of
people,
it.
yes, we want to show people that
Yeah.
they can be super different and
For
still
sure.
connect.
Just a view from different perspectives,
Yeah.
if you will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the reason my name is Jezebel on here, if you guys don't know who Jezebel is, she's a queen that was in the Bible. And I have a lot of religious trauma, which we will cover in other segments of the podcast. But that's something I was called when I left the church. And so I felt, you know what better way than just to embrace it?
Just hug it on in.
I'm just going to, you know what, Jezebel, come on in.
Get on in here.
Come on in here. And then when we were thinking of the podcast name, I was like, I have to incorporate Jezebel somewhere. And then he's like, let's do it. And then he thought, I'll just be the Jester.
Yeah.
And then that's how we kind of formed it.
Yeah. I figured, I really wanted something that was around Jezebel, because that's what I saved your name in my phone is from day one.
Absolutely.
Was Christina Jezebel.
And I laughed because I
Yeah.
was like, that's amazing. You're the first person that was outside of the church world that
Yeah.
called me Jezebel. And I was
Yeah.
like, why does that not bother me as
Yeah.
much when you call me that?
Yeah.
But when someone else over there,
It's because it's with love.
it is.
That's why.
It really is.
It's all about intentions.
It is.
100%.
Intentions are completely,
Yeah.
absolutely important.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
so-
yeah,
but yeah.
Jezebel. I wanted to work in Jezebel, and then I figured I would just bring in some comedic value via the co-host position.
You do.
And so Jester was a good position for me.
You bring comedic value into my life in general.
Stop it.
You do.
It's like-
Absolutely.
It's like my calling
It
is
is.
making people laugh and making people happy. I love that shit.
What better
I love that shit.
What better calling to have?
Yeah.
Because I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love making me, because
Yeah.
I'm severely depressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love making
Severely
people
traumatized.
severely traumatized, uber
Aren't we all?
depressed. And I just really feel like the more laughter that we can provide each other, the better, because that's what it's all about.
Laughter is cleansing to the soul. Yeah.
That is a quote. That is a quote.
It feels so good, that just deep belly laugh.
Yes.
Oh, where your stomach starts to hurt.
Yes,
Oh,
and we're going to have a lot of that because we've
so-
already
a
had
whole lot
so
of
many.
that.
And we always say, where's the mic? Because honestly, where is the mic? When we actually have it right up there. Where's the mic?
Where's the mic?
That's something that we used to say all the time, or we still say all the time when we start getting into serious or really intense conversations. We're like, you know what? Where's the mic?
Every time we hang out, I kid you not, every
Yeah.
time we hang out, we ask where's the
Okay,
mic.
so let's back up then. How do you want to talk about how we met, or do you want, like, how do you?
You can talk about it.
Let's talk about our perspectives of how we met. Like, maybe we can just from different
Okay.
perspectives,
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
it was interesting how
Go
we
ahead.
met, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started powerlifting like 2 years ago, and when I was powerlifting, I went to another gym that ended up closing. And when they closed down, I was like, okay, I need to find another gym that's more into that, more into powerlifting, more niche, I guess I should say, more niche. And like, I didn't want to go to an EOS. I didn't want to go to a Planet Fitness. I wanted to go somewhere where I could like be surrounded by people that were like-minded, that had the same kind of goals, right? And I live literally so close. It's just crazy. So I live so close to this one gym I thought was called Hardcore Gym forever. Literally, I thought it was called Hardcore Gym. And I kept looking it up on Google, and I couldn't find it. I was like, well, I guess this doesn't exist. I'm not going in there. I don't know anybody in there. It's awkward. It had been like a year since I had powerlifted, since that place had closed. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna suck it up. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm just gonna like sign up. So I did that, signed up, started going to that gym, and that was it, right? And then I started following them on Instagram, because that's what I do. If I'm gonna post a selfie in the mirror, I have to tag the gym I'm at, okay? So I started tagging, right? Tagging. And then they would reshare my stuff. And I didn't know who was resharing. I had no idea who was behind the Lift Factory's IG, right? And so I just continued to share my stuff. I asked a question here and there about like if they had any powerlifting coaches. They would respond, just like a normal, business Instagram. I didn't know who it was. Had no idea. I thought I was talking to the actual Lift Factory. The gym itself was talking to me. And then I went live a couple of times, and the Lift Factory joined in on my live. And that was it. Just joined in to say, hey, what's up? Good to see you. Oh my gosh, keep slaying, just whatever. And then the third or fourth time I went live, randomly, this gentleman decided, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to request to join in on the live. And I was flabbergasted. I was like, my gym is joining in. I didn't know who I was going to talk to. I was like, I'm gonna accept the request. And guess who it was? It was this man right here, sitting right next to me in his bed. You were in bed.
I was definitely
You were in bed.
for sure.
He was in bed. I think I was wearing this. I don't remember what I was wearing. Not anything gym related, that's for sure.
No.
And I was like, oh my gosh, and then all of a sudden, all these people from the gym, from your page, just start rolling in, and I'm like, these people are expecting gym content right now. These people are gonna expect it, and here I am in lingerie, basically. You are in your bed, and
In bed,
there's
getting
no
ready to go to
gym.
sleep.
There's no gym content. But it was such a fun conversation.
perfect.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was the first time we visually met, and I knew who was behind the Lift Factory.
Yeah.
And then I was dating this guy at the time, actually, that you
were, huh?
Yeah, I was dating him. And then we broke up. I had a very terrible breakup. It was awful. And then I went to the gym right after my breakup, because that's what you do. You work out the minute you get
Yo.
dumped.
Oh, Oh, my best workouts.
Best workouts are when you get dumped. Went to the gym, and then he was there, and it was the first time you and I had met, physically met. So I went to go do my workout. We said hi. I was like, so nice to meet you. I was there to work out. Went to go work out, and then I started getting tired, and then he came over, and he's like, do you want to go get breakfast?
Yo, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like,
that was good times.
I absolutely want to go get breakfast right now. After working out and being dumped, I absolutely could use some delicious food. So we went to...
Hold on, can we clarify? Were you dumped?
No, I dumped him.
Yeah.
I dumped him.
Let's be accurate.
Yeah, it just felt like I got dumped because it was such a bad situation.
Yeah, which we will get into.
We will for sure get into.
To clarify.
To clarify.
You were the strong one.
Yeah.
You were the one with the courage and the balls to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want
to
to make sure that's clear.
Thank you. I did. I had to make a very hard decision.
And the strength that it took.
It did.
To make that decision, sweetheart.
I know. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot
because
I wanted to stay. I was like, you know what? It'll be fine. We can work this out, right?
Did you want to stay?
I did. At the beginning.
I'm sure.
Yeah, at the beginning.
I'm sure. It's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to muster up that courage to pull the trigger on something that you thought was amazing. Let's not.
It was difficult, and I will say that I hope I never have to. You never know in life, but I just really hope I never have to deal with that again. But after that, we came to Me Diet Cafe.
We came here.
Had breakfast. I literally, how long were we here for?
We were here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, more than that?
Sir, we were here forever because I don't remember when we got out of the gym, but I swear we were here for like at least 3 hours. At Me Diet right out there, and I was just trauma dumping. All I could do was trauma dump on you. I was like, this is what happened.
I was here for it.
I'm dying. I feel like I'm dying inside.
I was here for it.
Yeah, it was really bad. But also, I felt empowered. At the same time, I was sad and I was empowered at the same time. And then we just chatted and chatted and chatted. Went back to your place, smoked a... and then it was just, that was it. It was friendship at first sight.
Like when we first hung out, the conversation just flowed so fluidly. It was so effortless. Right?
It was exactly what I want all my relationships to be like. Like all of my friendships.
So effortless.
That's how I want them to be.
Yeah.
So
it was so good.
That's my perspective on how we met. And from then, we just have always just been, I think I don't know when we started getting really, really close, but that was like such a monumental moment of our friendship.
The first time we hung out was it. Like it was like a wrap. Like, oh, we're besties now.
100%.
I don't know if you know this or not.
I don't know if you know this, and I'm not sure if you're in for it, but I don't care.
We're besties now.
But we're best friends
for
now.
Sure.
That's it. It's over.
Did you mention the podcast the first time we hung out?
I can't remember.
I think you did.
I do remember saying that I've always wanted to start a podcast.
I think you did mention it the first time.
Because it's always been a huge dream of mine.
Yeah.
And it's being fulfilled right now.
But why has it been a huge dream of yours?
I think because everyone has a story. I think everyone has a story, and that's why I want guests eventually. Like we're going to have some guests. Everyone has a story, and I believe that everybody has a story that should be shared because we will relate with each other a lot more than we know, that we understand. Because even if you, like, for example, someone like you and someone like me meeting like that is weird. That's not rare. That's not something, I'm sorry, totally different aesthetics, totally different lifestyles, totally different everything.
For sure.
And then like coming together like that, I feel like more people could do that through podcasts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, oh my gosh, I would never have thought I would have related to someone like that.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So that's my reasoning.
We're a perfect example of that.
No, that's why I love it. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I love it. But I mean, so what was your, like, I guess your perspective of on
I don't know.
about
You
all of
kind
it?
of nailed
all of it,
yeah,
right?
You kind of tidied it all up. From my perspective, I guess because we talked via direct message on Instagram, and I was like, oh, she seems kind of dope. Like I just wanted to. I love supporting, the members of the gym, and I was like, oh, let me fucking like see, and I saw you went live. I was like, oh, let me pop in and just say what's up, and because not a lot of the members go live or anything like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then that time when I requested to join,
accept request.
Like, I was tired, and I was like, oh, let me just pop in, because I thought it would be cool to like just meet, you know. And I thought it was gonna be way more low key than it actually was. And I jumped in, and then people started joining, and I was like, yo, what is going on right now?
I think you forget sometimes how popular, or how not well known, but like just on Instagram, how well known the gym is. Like, it's, people be tagging, you know, people be in it.
It's wild.
I know, it probably still blows your mind to this day.
Yeah, to this day.
Yeah, like you're
sure.
like, wait, we're like kind of a big deal.
I tell people all the time, it was never supposed to be that.
Like that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I know. I listened to you on Fitness Junkies where you were like, I never expected it to be like that. Like, you weren't looking to make money. You were looking to just have a place for people to train. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So I think that's super cool. Shout out to the Lift Factory for real. Because that's literally like how we met. That was the foundation. Like, I couldn't imagine my life without that gym, honestly, because like I met you, and then I met so many other people too. It's not just like one person. I've met so many friends on there now. Like, I have so many friends there, and I'm like, that's nuts to think that like you have to, and it reminds me a lot of, this is going to sound weird, like a church community, because that's where it came from, just so everybody knows.
It's very cultish.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
No,
like, it really has
cultish.
like a very like, okay, like this is what we do. We're all like-minded. This is what we all believe. This is what we think and whatever. But I also like the fact that everyone just believes in lifting and working out, right? But everyone there has different opinions, right? Like, they're all different people coming from different walks of life. Like, and then I like the fact that like I could go in there and feel comfortable and confident about myself, like working out, right? Yeah. Whereas there's a lot of gyms that I've been to that just, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like, aw.
That warms my heart.
It does it? I'm so glad.
That really does. That really does warm my heart.
Because that's what it's about.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Like, people are there to better themselves in some way. They may be struggling. They may not be in the same boat as everybody else. Like, there's bodybuilders, there's power lifters, there's people that are just going in for like a casual workout, you know, just to get some movement in. Like, there's all types of people there.
There's my mom.
Your mother.
She goes there.
I love your mom so much. I do.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to your mom. I don't know if she'll ever listen to this.
I hope not. Please. Mom, if you're listening to this, is this camera?
Sorry.
If you're listening, please turn it off right now, and don't
Honestly,
ever
though,
do it again.
Don't.
Please.
Because this is cute right now.
This is cute now.
This is cute now.
But it's not always going to be cute.
It's not going to be cute. In fact, actually, probably later it's not going to be cute. I mean, it'll be cute for us.
It'll be... We're going to get into some nitty-gritty stuff here.
We are, and it's going to be really fun. That's another thing. We want to talk about everything, and we don't want to have any filters. This is definitely what's the word?
After hours.
After hours for sure.
This is for after hours. Put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
If you are unfortunate enough to have any.
Oof.
I'm just kidding.
Oof.
I'm just kidding.
But for real.
I'm sorry.
We're so sorry.
No. We know.
We're so sorry.
You know, you probably really... I'm not.
I was going to say it. Do you know what I was going to say? But I didn't say it. But also, fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. You know, listen, there are parents listening right now that are like, no, for real.
No,
fuck
for
them
real.
kids.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Yo, I've had a parent tell me never have kids.
Yeah.
Like, a parent who's like, I fucking can't stand my kids.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is sobering.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's legit.
I have a couple friends like that too. Like one of my friends was like, I love my daughter so much, and I couldn't imagine my life without her now. But if I could go back and not know who she was, I would absolutely not have kids.
Yo, there's always a but.
There's
when
always
parents
a but
get
with
to talk about their kids.
And then when you ask a parent, what is the most amazing time of your life? Like, what's the best memory you've ever had? None of them. I've asked like 3 parents. None of them have ever said, God, the day my kid was born.
Yeah,
None of them.
yeah.
You know what they say? When I was in Cancun getting lit. That's what they say. You know why? Because they miss it. They miss that.
Okay, to be fair, there are some parents out there that
love being parents.
They
do. And
yeah,
they should.
For sure.
That's the type of people.
I have friends that are that way.
Those are the type of people that should have kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Because kids are not bad. I mean, I don't like hate kids.
Yeah.
I love kids. I actually enjoy being around kids as long as I can give them back.
Yeah. It's like, take this. Thank you. That was
you know
fun.
What? Thank you so much for this time, but you can just take this back. Yeah, that's what I do. I have a niece and nephew I'm obsessed with. I love them so much, but I never really have to like,
Same.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like
Same.
I love them. So, but I never want my own.
You're going to want to make sure the kids are put to bed.
Yeah.
When you tune into this podcast.
Make sure.
We'll keep this one pretty PG.
Make sure.
But
this one's will be PG-13, but the next episode, don't be up listening with your kids.
Do not have us on speakers. Put your headphones in.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
Make yourself a little cocktail, maybe.
Yeah, maybe in the car on the way to work without your kids in the car.
Don't make yourself a cocktail while you're in the car, though.
No, please don't. Like, that would be dangerous. Or do.
Or don't.
Or do it and then don't say anything.
Don't do that.
I'm just joking.
That's our angel and devil there.
Oh my gosh. Yes. But yeah, that's our basic story. That's our monumental meeting point. And I wouldn't have had it any other way, to be honest with you. It was very organic too.
I mean, love organic things.
I know it was driven a little bit by social media, but for the most part, the way that everything worked out was very organic.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that it's driven by social media matters. Why?
It doesn't, I guess.
I don't feel like it does.
I feel like it could still be organic if it's on social media.
Absolutely.
I've had a lot of organic encounters on social media. I've made a lot of really great friends on social media. Shout out to I Got You, Boo.
Hey. Shout out to Becca.
Shout out to Becca and
Shout
AMQ.
out to Becca and AMQ for real. For coming through. Inspiration for real.
They really inspired us.
Inspiration for real.
You know who else inspired us? Lair and Lionel. Yeah.
Yo.
Lair and Lionel.
Lair and Lionel are
Dude, if you guys haven't heard of them before, it's Late Night with Lair and Lionel. Yes.
Guest goals.
Okay.
For sure.
We're manifesting. We will have them on our show eventually. And they're a huge inspiration to us as well, only because they really talk about, when you talk about nitty gritty.
Yo, they are about that life.
They are about the nitty
about that
gritty.
life, and I fucks with it.
I fucks with it heavy. Yeah, for real. Because all I want to do is listen to what they have to say about sex and relationships. Is one of them married?
Man. No, they're both single.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I thought I saw. So when they had the married couple on their show, I thought that one of them said like, "Oh, you're married. Be careful." But no, they're not married. Neither one of them.
Lair or Lionel are not married. Nah.
Okay. Single men. Yeah. Single men.
Lair was in a 7-year relationship and got his heart broken that he likes to talk about a lot. But other than that, nah, neither one of them are married. Yeah.
Heartbreak.
Who else? Wait, what other guests can you wait to have on the show?
One day I will have the Queen, Drew Afwalo, on this show. She will be on this show.
Yeah, we're gonna
definitely get her on.
Refer back to this when we get her on the show.
This is our first recording, and we're gonna eventually, when we have her, maybe a couple of years down the road, maybe a year, maybe 6 months. We don't know where we're gonna end up.
We're gonna put a time frame on it, but it's gonna happen. We don't have to,
but it's gonna happen. And when she does, we're gonna refer back to this, and we're gonna be very thankful that we made that a goal.
Very thankful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It will.
Yo, in previous years, and even right now, Drew would have roasted me.
100%.
I'm not.
She would still roast you.
I haven't always been the respectful gentleman that sits in front of you today. I'll say that right now. And we'll get into some of that later on.
You are so respectful now.
But the thing is,
but she'd still roast you.
Oh yeah, I'd allow it. I'd be here for it.
Only if you did something really stupid, though.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you would really.
Nah.
I don't think you at this point.
Nah.
But like, if you did something really stupid, she'd have plenty to roast you.
I've done a lot of things in the past that was roastable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did. Me too.
Hopefully, she never finds any of those things.
Me too.
I just want to come clean. Like, I haven't always been this guy, but. Growth.
Look at the growth.
Right? Growth. Let's talk about.
Oh my God. That's why we have a lot of plants. Like we're all about the plants, and like our logo has plants. We're having plants everywhere, plants all over the place because
plants are in our system.
Yeah. Growth. Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. Listen, you can be a mess as long as you're continuing to grow. You can grow in your mess. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
You can grow in your mess. Or when people say like, I can't get into a relationship until I am like where and it's like, no, you can be in a relationship and heal.
Yo,
you know that?
But what is fertilizer though?
Fertilizer is literal shit. Yeah, you have to be in shit. Grow in. Yeah. Wow. Plants really are like such a comparable thing to life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they are life. They're full of life. Listen.
Absolutely.
Listen.
If only we could figure out how to photosynthesize.
If we could photosynthesize, we'd be good. We'd be set for life. Just a little water and sunlight. That's all I need. And shit.
Oh.
Shit, water.
And a little bit of shit.
A little bit of shit. I feel like maybe I just need to hydrate more and my life will be okay. Just like walk out in the sun a little bit more and I'll be okay. Yeah.
Stay hydrated,
and be good to go.
I got a question for you though.
Okay.
Who would you say that this podcast is for?
I would say this podcast is for people who think they're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people that are like, there's no way that anyone's going through what I'm going through right now. Like, I feel insane.
Yeah.
I feel crazy because I felt like that for so long. And I still feel like that day to day. Mm-hmm. But I know for a fact that there's other people that relate to me because I post stories on my Instagram all day. And when I'm like really real about it, I get some of the most intense, heartwarming, sometimes heart-wrenching messages, you know, from people who are like, oh my God, I've been through this. I know exactly what you're feeling. Like, or like, at least like I know, not exactly how you're feeling, but I know that experience. I've been through that experience. And so this podcast is really for people who struggle with their mental health, but also for people who just like to laugh and have a good time. Because like we said before, laughter is the best medicine for anything. Like I had such a shitty morning this morning. I had such a bad morning, but like I had something to look forward to, right? For sure. And I was like, okay, I can just get myself through this morning and then I'll just like get going. And then once I started doing something I loved and I'm passionate about, it like, I forgot about the shitty morning. You know what I mean? Sure. So I want people to listen in and I want people to like listen to what we're saying, what the experiences we've been through, what our opinions are, perspectives, relate and have an escape to get away from their shit. You know? Yeah. That's what I really want.
That it's relatable.
Yeah.
I just want to be relatable to people to understand like, oh, fucking, they're going through that shit too? Like, you're not alone. So many people think that they're alone. Nobody's alone. Nobody is alone.
We said that this morning too. Yeah, I literally said like, you know, we'll talk a lot about this later, but I've been through some grief and a lot of pain and I felt very alone this morning, super alone. And that's a very common feeling for people. People feel alone all the time, you know, and it just hurts. It's painful, but we have to remember we're not alone. You know, like we have people that are, I hope that most of us have people that we're surrounding each other with that are like people that we want to be around, that are like helping us grow, that are helping us like get to where we want to get, you know, because that is life. Like if we just have the right people around, that's life. That's exactly what you want, you know? So I want that. I want us, if anything, to be those people for people that may not have that.
Yeah. And even, I think there have been, don't quote me on this, but scientific studies that have shown that feeling alone is detrimental to your physical health. Like, and if
I believe that,
if doing this, if one person puts their headphones in and pushes play on our podcast and feels better, if it just activates just a little bit of dopamine, yo, my job here is done. Yo, our job here is done.
Good. I'll feel so
point
good.
Blank. Like that's it. So good. Yeah. If it puts a smile on somebody's face, forget about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. On one person, that's all I need.
That's all I need.
That's all I need.
Like that would be the dream. And then imagine if this were to like blow up.
Yeah.
And people were like to really get into it and just be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to listen to Jezebel and the Jester. Like I need my escape. That's what we want. We just want you guys to be able to escape.
Yeah.
And a lot of our influence as far as like how our aesthetic is and like our logo and everything was very storybook. We wanted like it to be like a storybook, like the Jezebel and the Jester, and just have like a, characters and like kind of an escape from reality. What do you do a lot of people read when they escape
like
from
a
reality?
fairy
Yeah,
tale.
like a fairy tale, like a little bit of a fairy tale. So we just want to be that for people. I think that's like kind of our goal, is to be like a story, to be a story to be shared, right? As far as like our stories, and also like a story that people can kind of come into and like get lost in.
Also inspire others to create their own stories.
Yes. And we talked about this before. If someone else were to be like someone that became like huge fans of us, like let's just say we blew up and like people were just like, oh my God, I love Jezebel the Jester. They they inspired me to start a podcast. And then they started a podcast and they were like, can you please come on? I would say yes.
No, please. If that
like,
ever
yes.
happens, okay, if you're listening to this sometime in the far future and this is like, and you've listened to episode like 100 and something, and you're like, yo, I want to go back to the first episode. Thank you for coming back to the first episode. We welcome you.
Yes.
From the future. This is the past.
This is the
Hi,
past.
how are you?
How are you?
If anybody would ever start their own podcast and be inspired enough to have us on your podcast, please do not ever hesitate to ask us to do something
on
like
your
that, because we
podcast.
would love to do that.
Absolutely.
Give it a couple years. We'll see what happens. But if that were ever the case, I just want to preface with, we would love to be on your podcast.
Absolutely. 100%. No questions asked.
Yeah.
I'm down because
Yeah.
I'm all about like just supporting people's dreams. Oh, I love that. It just gets
Gotta
me
love a
going.
dream.
Oh my God,
Gotta
I love a
dream.
dream. You gotta love a dream. Because this is how it all started, was with a dream.
It is.
Dude, in my dream, this was a dream of mine for so long. And I started a podcast with a friend, but in the midst of that, a lot of shit happened. So much shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't anymore, just because it was such a huge thing that happened. And I was devastated that I had to stop, because there's just no way I could have done it with all the stuff that was happening. And then when I tried to pick it back up with the person I was doing it with, they were in a different place, right? And I was like, oh my God, okay, well, maybe like it just wasn't meant to be. And then I met you, Ernest. And then you and I met. And I didn't expect to start a podcast with you when we first met.
That's facts.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Honestly, I really wanted you to be Jezebel, the constant, and then the Jester to be just like some enigma that any person could fill.
Yeah.
If the need be.
If need be.
Right?
Right? Yeah.
So
the Jester could be anyone.
I don't have to be the Jester. Anybody could be the Jester.
Anyone could be the Jester.
Somebody with at least a decent sense of humor.
They have to be funny.
Yeah, gotta be.
If they're not funny, I don't want it. I don't want it. I have no idea what this is, but I don't want it. Well, Ernest, I have a question for you.
Oh,
Did you
no,
ever...
wait a minute.
I know.
I was not ready for this.
Well, first of all, we didn't even start off with questions that we were going to start off with. We were going to start off with, like, opening questions, right?
What are some opening questions?
Like, one of the questions was, what are your essentials? Like, what do you keep on your person? That's not what I was going to ask you right now.
Okay.
But, like, that's what I was thinking.
Do you
like,
want to circle back around to those?
We could.
We could. We'll see what it, we'll see what it feels like.
We could see, like, where
just
this
whatever
flows.
feels good.
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever imagine starting a podcast? I know you've talked about wanting to start a podcast before, but tell me, like, your thoughts on that, how that all worked out for you. Like, what made you say, you know what, I'd want to fuck with Christina doing a podcast? That would be cool. Because how did that even come up?
I mean, just from the first time we hung out. It simply was the very first time we hung out, how easy it was to converse with you was like, oh, yeah. And you mentioned starting a podcast. I was like, oh, yeah, she would be amazing at a podcast. I mean, you have such a story. You have such a journey, you know, and you're so personable, and you can ask the right questions even to a guest, you know, that it would be like a no-brainer for you to have your own podcast. And I remember you're like, I want to start. Wait, what'd you say? If I start a podcast, will you be a guest?
Yes, that's what I asked you, because I was going to start a podcast by myself.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'll get it together. I'll figure it out, because like I got so many people that were like, you should start a podcast. People that were like listening to my stories, people that are on my close friends list. Most of those people were like, you need to start a podcast about this stuff. And I was like, you know, that sounds great and all, but I don't know what I would do. And then so I just started kind of exploring like who I would want to be a guest if I were to have one.
Yeah.
And because I was like so influenced by you. I was like, you know what? I'll ask Ernest if he'd be a guest. And so when I asked you, what did I?
Honored.
Absolutely honored.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Not me. Cheers.
And so you asked me to be a guest, and I was like, I high key invited myself to be your co-host.
Absolutely.
And I was like, a guest? I thought you wanted me to be the co-host or something like that.
Yeah.
And you were like, I would love you to be the co-host. And
I literally
don't know if
said
you were just
to
saying
you,
that just to be nice, but
No. I literally said to you, do not fuck with me. That's
Is that what
I
you said?
Yeah, I said, don't fuck with me. If you seriously want to do it, let's do it. That's what I said. I was like, no questions asked. I was like, absolutely. If I can have someone that can help me at least like talk, because talking by yourself is hard.
Oh, for sure.
Like talking about certain subjects alone. Okay, I can do that on my stories or my close friends list if I have something to talk about. But it also feels like it's so much easier to just converse with somebody that you're comfortable with. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Don't fuck with me. Or do fuck with me by doing a podcast with me. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. So that's kind of how that happened.
Oh my
you
gosh.
just brought it up, and I was like, hold on, a guest. Permanent guest. But co-host. Host, co-host. I like it. But I fucks with it.
It's a good vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe for
it's
sure.
a vibe.
But how long have we been recording now?
36 minutes.
Listen, I think this was a good introduction.
Hold on. How many awkward silences have we had?
None.
Oh, shit.
Do we want to have one right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
That felt good, though, didn't it?
It actually did. It wasn't terrible.
Refreshing.
It did.
Honestly.
It did. How did you guys feel? Were you on the edge of your seat?
Yeah, they were like, oh, shit.
What are they going to say?
What are they going to talk again? Please talk again. I miss you guys.
I miss
so
you guys.
much.
Please come back. But no, I think that was a great introduction. How do you feel? We're lit.
I feel good.
I feel good too.
I feel good.
I feel good. I felt like this was a great introduction and telling us our story, who we are, what we want to do, who the Jezebel and the Jester are.
What you can look forward to.
What you can look forward to, which is a lot. What was that?
That was disrespectful is what that was.
Oh my God. Did you
That was my watch telling me it's my bedtime.
I could tell by the baby, by the doo-doo-doo.
My old ass.
What time is it? 7:15 p.m. Sir,
Like,
come on.
Hey, get your old ass ready for bed. You know
what?
how it is.
It's understandable. I actually commend you for going to bed early.
I try.
Yeah.
It's not been.
It's not been good.
It's not been working lately.
We know why.
But
we know why. It's okay. No
it's all
worries.
Right. It's a work in progress, I guess.
It is. Well, guys, I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah. We can wrap it up.
We can wrap it up, man.
Let's do it.
So thank you so much for tuning in to our very first microsode.
Microsode.
The
microsode.
microsode. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're so glad you guys were here. If you liked our episode, make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Jezebel and the Jester. Follow this guy right here. Call me Jester. Follow me. Just call me Jezebel.
That's the one.
And we hope to see you guys next time.
Wait, hold on. But we're on YouTube too because this is being recorded.
Oh, yes.
So follow, subscribe, hit the like button, hit
Absolutely.
that bell
hit
notification.
That bell so you know when we're coming back on.
It helps us out. It really does.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support.
Yes.
We are also on TikTok.
We're on TikTok, Jezebel and the Jester.
We're gonna be on Twitter.
Yes.
Find us on Twitter. All the fucking social medias.
All the social medias.
Except for Facebook, because who fucks with
Facebook.
Facebooks anymore? Yeah.
Fuck Facebook.
Who fucks with Facebook?
Old, lame people that don't agree with anything that we're going to say.
Yeah, probably
None
not.
Of the things.
So yeah, anything but Facebook.
Yeah.
Find us.
Find us.
Jezebel and the Jester.
We're so happy you guys joined us. We hope to see you next time.